You wake up, and before your feet even touch the ground, your mind is already racing. Notifications buzz. Your calendar blinks. You haven't even had a sip of water, and yet somehow you already feel behind. Sound familiar? This is life in the 21st century. A constant quiet pressure to move faster, do more, be everywhere. Time doesn't feel like something you have. It feels like something you owe. We weren't born this way. We were trained. Somewhere along the line, being busy became a badge of honor. Productivity became morality. And anxiety? It became the background noise of daily existence. So common we almost stopped noticing it. But here's the truth. Anxiety is not a personal flaw. It's a rational response to a system built on acceleration. Look around. Everything is optimized, automated, streamlined. Faster food, faster answers, faster success. And yet with all that speed, we're not calmer. We're not more fulfilled. We're exhausted, stretched thin, hollowed out by the velocity of our own lives. Where did this begin? The story of speed as virtue didn't start with smartphones. It began with factories, with punch clocks, with trains arriving precisely on time. The Industrial Revolution introduced not just machines, but a new rhythm. A rhythm not of seasons or sunlight, but of ticking seconds, each one monetized. Then came the digital age, layering urgency onto everything. Inboxes, timelines, notifications. The more responsive you are, the more successful you're told you'll be. But beneath that lies a quiet, punishing rule. Never pause. Never fall behind. Never stop. And so speed became moral. Busyness became identity. And stopping? That became suspect. Lazy, weak, irresponsible. But what if that's the real lie?
What if the pace you're keeping isn't natural? Not for your body, not for your mind.
Because here's something we rarely admit. This system is designed to keep you anxious. Capitalism thrives on urgency. Your attention is currency.
And the more restless you are, the more you consume. Products, content, validation.
Entire industries profit from your panic.
Even the design of your phone, the color of notifications, the infinite scroll, is engineered to trigger a low-level survival response.
The algorithms don't just want your focus, they want your nervous system.
So when you feel exhausted, distracted, burnt out, it's not a personal failure.
It's the outcome of a system that was built to keep you running. And in the face of that system, slowing down is not just an act of self-care. It's an act of quiet rebellion. Slow living didn't start as a hashtag. It started as resistance, as refusal. It emerged when people began asking a very simple, very dangerous question. What if I don't want to live like this? What if I don't need to hustle every hour to prove I'm enough?
From the slow food movement in Italy to minimalist collectives after the pandemic, people have been peeling away from the chaos.
Not retreating, not escaping, but rebuilding life on different terms. But let's be honest, slowness is being sold to us now. Curated, filtered, marketed, Instagram calm,
Scandinavian interiors, cozy aesthetics labeled intentional living. And yet, buying a hand-woven throw blanket or booking a yoga retreat doesn't mean you've embraced slowness. In fact, the commodification of slow living often speeds us up, turning peace into a product, tranquility into a trend.
True slowness isn't aesthetic. It's existential. It's not about linen. It's about letting go. Letting go of urgency as identity. Letting go of timelines that were never yours. Because when you choose to slow down, really slow down, you are reclaiming something sacred. You are saying, my time is mine. My attention is mine. My life is not a race. Think of Thoreau, walking slowly through the woods. Or Arendt, writing about the space between action and thought. Or the quiet stillness in Buddhist teachings, where awareness grows only when the noise recedes. Slowness is not withdrawal. It's presence. It's sovereignty. And science agrees. When you pause, your brain doesn't go idle. It heals.
The default mode network, the part of the brain activated during stillness, lights up with creativity, memory, integration.
Neuroplasticity increases. Cortisol levels drop.
Boredom, once feared, becomes a bridge to clarity.
Your mind is not meant to be a machine. It's a forest. It needs seasons, silence, stillness to regenerate.
Around the world, people are beginning to build sanctuaries for this kind of life. In Japan, slow cities invite citizens to walk, cook, talk, grow.
In Europe, towns prioritize human connection over convenience.
In the US, off-grid communities are crafting new models of time, less dictated, more lived.
These aren't utopias. They're experiments, glimpses of what it could look like when a society doesn't treat exhaustion as normal.
But you don't have to move to the woods to live slow.
Start smaller.
A 5-minute pause between tasks.
A moment of stillness before checking your phone. One walk where you don't bring headphones. A Sunday afternoon without a to-do list. These are not indulgences. They are micro-resistances. They are how you begin to unlearn urgency.
Because slowness isn't just a pace, it's a practice.
And over time, that practice reshapes your inner economy. You begin to measure your worth in different ways. Not in what you produce, but in what you notice. Not in how much you earn, but in how deeply you feel. You start valuing intuition over efficiency. Presence over performance. Rest over rush. And suddenly ambition doesn't disappear. It just evolves. It becomes less about climbing ladders and more about building roots. So here's the invitation. Not to abandon your life, but to meet it more gently.
To stop moving long enough to ask, is this pace serving me?
Or am I serving the pace? Because this moment, this breath, is yours. Not your employer's. Not your audience's. Yours. The future doesn't belong to the fast. It belongs to the aware, the intentional, the quietly courageous. It belongs to those who choose to live deeply, even if that means living slowly. And once you've tasted that kind of freedom, you won't want to go back.